This video will cover moderate questions regarding the topic of maximum, minimum, and critical numbers. Question 1. f of x equals x cubed minus 3x squared minus 9x. f prime of x equals 3x squared minus 6x minus 9. Take out 3 on each side. Then x squared minus 2x minus 3 equals, you can factor x minus 3, x plus 1. f prime of x equals 0. That means 3 times x minus 3 times x plus 1 equals 0. Then x equals 3 or minus 1. These are the critical numbers. The number line is here, f prime of x, then minus 1 and 3. When the testing number is minus 2, use this. f prime of minus 2 equals 3 times minus 2 minus 3 minus 2 plus 1 equals 3 times minus 5 times minus 1 is 15, which is positive. When the testing number is 0, then f prime of 0 equals 3 times 0 minus 3 times 0 plus 1 equals 3 times minus 3 times 1 equals minus 9, which is negative. When the testing number is 4, then f prime of 4 equals 3 times 4 minus 3 times 4 plus 1 is 3 times 1 times 5 is 15, which is positive. Then the curve is like this. Relative maximum at x equals minus 1 and relative minimum at x equals 3. Then use this. f of minus 1 equals minus 1 cubed minus 3 times minus 1 squared minus 9 times minus 1 equals minus 1 minus 3 times 1 plus 9 is minus 1 minus 3 plus 9, which is 5. f of 3 equals 3 cubed minus 3 times 3 squared minus 9 times 3 equals 27 minus 3 times 9 minus 27 equals, is cancelled, minus 27. Then critical numbers, x equals 3 and minus 1, relative maximum equals here, f of minus 1 equals 5, relative minimum is here, f of 3 equals minus 27. Question 2. The absolute value is a distance between 0 and the number. Absolute value of 3 equals 3 because the distance between 0 and 3 is 3. And absolute value of minus 3 is 3 because the distance between 0 and minus 3 is 3. And absolute value of 0 equals 0. In here, 3 is 3, 0 is 0, then absolute value of x equals x. If x equals minus 3, we can read it as minus of minus 3 equals 3. Then this part is x, this part is x. Absolute value of x equals minus x. So absolute value of x equals x if x is greater than or equal to 0 minus x if x is negative. Then back to the original. f of x equals absolute value of 2x plus 3. then we can rewrite as 2x plus 3 if 2x plus 3 is greater than or equal to 0, minus 2x plus 3 if 2x plus 3 is negative. Think of everything inside the absolute value as a large X. X is greater than equal to 0, then X. Large X is greater than equal to 0, then still X. And this large X is negative minus large X. Then we can rewrite as 2x plus 3 if 2x plus 3 is greater than equal to 0, then 2x is greater than equal to minus 3, then divide by 2 on each side, x is greater than equal to minus 3 over 2, and expand minus 2x minus 3 if x is less than minus 3 over 2. F prime of x equals the derivative of 2x plus 3 is 2 if x is greater than minus 3 over 2. The derivative of minus 2x minus 3 is minus 2 if x is less than minus 3 over 2. The important point here is that both ends of the interval are not differentiable, so there is no equal sign. Number line is here, f prime of x minus 3 over 2. When x is greater than minus 3 over 2, f prime of x is equal to, that means this part is always positive, and x is less than minus 3 over 2 is minus 2, that means this part is always negative. Then f prime of minus 3 over 2 does not exist, so critical number is x equals minus 3 over 2. You can check it by drawing a graph. As you know, graph of the absolute values are broken when the values inside the absolute value are 0. That means 2x plus 3 equals 0, then 2x equals minus 3, then x equals minus 3 over 2. So when x equals minus 3 over 2, it bends in a V shape. Question 3. F of x is here. Using the product rule, f times g prime equals f prime g plus f g prime. Then f prime of x equals x to the power of 2 over 3 prime times x plus 2 plus x to the power of 2 over 3 times x plus 2 prime equals 2 over 3 times x to the power of 2 over 3 minus 1 times x plus 2 plus x to the power of 2 over 3 times 1. We can rewrite as 2 over 3 times x to the power of minus 1 over 3 times x plus 2 plus x to the power of 2 over 3. Think of it as 3 over 3 is here. Then we can factor, take out common factor 1 over 3, then x to the power of minus 1 over 3. Then 2 times x plus 2 plus 3x. In this case, I will show you how to make factorization easier. Remember that math always use the same method. First, consider one easy factorization you know. How about 2x plus 8? You can factor, right? Take out 2, then factor x plus 4. How did you know that the value in the bracket is x plus 4? X from 2x divided by 2, 4 from 8 divided by 2. So Let's do the same now, shall we? 2 over 3 x to the power of minus 1 over 3 times x plus 2 plus 3 over 3 times x to the power of 2 over 3. We have to take out the common factor, 1 over 3, and x to the power of minus 1 over 3 is less than x to the power of 2 over 3. Then take out this, and then divide by the number 1 over 3 times x to the power of minus 1 over 3, 1 over 3 times x to the power of minus 1 over 3, like this. Then times 3 over 3 here, the 3 is cancelled. Then 2 over 1, which is 2. Then this one is cancelled. Then keep x plus 2 plus times 3 over 3 here. Then 3 is cancelled, 3 is cancelled, then 3. And this part, x to the power of 2 over 3 minus 1 over 3. Then answer is 2 times x plus 2 plus 3. This one equals 1, which is x. In the future, if something difficult comes up, you can just use the easy technique you already know. Back to the original, equals 1 over 3 x to the power of minus 1 over 3 times expand 2x plus 4 plus 3x. Then we can rewrite as 3 times cube root of x, then 5x plus 4. F prime of x equals 0. That means 5x plus 4 equals 0. Then x equals minus 4 over 5. F prime of x does not exist. That means this one equals 0. And these are the critical numbers. The number line is here, minus 1 to 1 because of this one. And f prime of x, then minus 4 over 5 and 0. When the testing number is minus 0.9, f prime of minus 0.9 is rounded to 0.173, which is positive. When the testing number is minus 0.1, f prime of minus 0.1 is rounded to minus 2.514, which is negative. When the testing number is 0.1, f prime of 0.1 is rounded to 3.232, is positive. To continue using the same equation like this, you can use the store key in your calculator. If this one, then minus 0.9 store x, enter. Then write down this one, enter. Then you will see this number. Back to the original. Since this graph is not polynomial, the graph will not look like this. The actual graph is like this, but we learned about concavity in the next chapter, so you can get the value regardless of the shape. Now use the store key again. Use this. F of minus 1 equals 1. F of minus 4 over 5 is rounded 1.034. F of 0 equals 0. F of 1 equals 3. Then absolute maximum and absolute minimum. Question 4. This means prime of 3 equals 0. The graph of a quadratic function with a negative coefficient is concave downward. So the graph is here, and this one is x equals 3. F prime of 3 equals 0. Then f prime of x equals minus 2x plus a. f prime of 3 equals minus 2 times 3 plus a, then minus 6 plus a, which is 0, then a equals 6. This is the last one. Since this graph is a polynomial function, the critical number is when the derivative is 0. This one is degree of 3. If the graph is like this, the first one, relative maximum when x equals minus 1, then f prime of minus 1 equals 0. Relative minimum when x equals 2, that means f prime of 2 equals 0. Then f prime of x equals 3ax squared plus 2bx minus 12. Then f prime of minus 1 equals 3a times minus 1 squared plus 2b times minus 1 minus 12. 3a minus 2b minus 12, which is 0. Then we can rewrite as 3a minus 2b equals 12. Then f prime of 2 equals 3a times 2 squared plus 2b times 2 minus 12. Then 3a times 4, 12a plus 4b minus 12, which is 0. Then 12a plus 4b equals 12. Then divide by 2 on each side. 6a plus 2b equals 6. Now we just need a solution to the system. 3a minus 2b equals 12. 6a plus 2b equals 6. Then add, cancelled, 9a equals 18. Then divide by 9 on each side. A equals 2. Then plug in here. 6 times a equals 2 plus 2b equals 6. 12 plus 2b equals 6. Then 2b equals minus 6. b equals minus 3. So a equals 2, b equals minus 3. I hope this video has been helpful. The previous lesson is linked in the description bar below. If you have any questions, leave them in a comment. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more.